Tommy, already pinned your comment. Thanks for being here. Got a mod, and we are ready to go. The continuing building project, the Harry Potter modular system, I guess you could call it, right? The Harry Potter modular system of 4 really cool sets, all in the 759 series. And so this is the last one of these builds, 75948, the clock tower. That's the one I'm building here. Kind of comparable in terms of like a tall tower structure and then a side tower, a shorter side tower with some connective walls, like the astronomy tower. I still think the astronomy tower is my favorite part of this build. And so we've got 2 of those connected here, the Whomping Willow and the astronomy tower. So far, about, 14 minifigures all kind of on display here. And then we got Harry Potter on top of Brick Therapy. And we've built up 2 of the minifigures already from the clock tower from bag 1. That being the tall fig. Let me make sure I get this name right. We've got Madame Maxime and we've got Victor Crumb. Those are the 2 we've built up so far. These 2 characters right here, if you're familiar with Harry Potter. And I learned yesterday from Brick Together that this character, Maxime, is actually was, I guess, a girlfriend, a girlfriend to our friend here, Hagrid, in the motorcycle. So these 2 characters here, being, I guess, giant characters, are actually, or were, I don't know if they are in the entire whole story, but, you know, boyfriend and girlfriend. So there you go. That's kind of fun. And I'll leave these closer. This one is the 2026 set I have, my solo, or my only 2026 set so far, but a very cool Hagrid and Harry escape ride. Let's see what the box said. What was the right title? If I can find the box, I'll get the right title. That's my only 2020. Oh, here it is. 2026 set. That's, might as well update that as well. 2026 set. Harry, Hagrid and Harry's Privet Drive Escape. Okay, so I was right about the general idea of that set, but very cool set. 124 pieces, but really, for 4 minifigs, it's definitely a battle pack quality type set, and definitely less expensive than a Star Wars battle pack. Of course, it's not Star Wars; it's Harry Potter, so that depends on your interest. But for 124 pieces, the motorcycle and sidecar are a great build, and then it comes. You get like another little bit of a street lamp sidewalk build, and then the 2 bad guys. So a fun build. Another look at it here on the box, and so I'll keep that up. It seemed like a good match. It seemed like a good buy for 2026. Not breaking the bank on that one. So now, continuing with this theme of Harry Potter, I love how these 4 sets go together. I'll just review one more time. So all these Harry Potter sets, these are the 759 series. They all combine to form, a larger modular build. And so what I'll end up doing is, once I finish the clock tower, connecting them all. We got the Great Hall there, and then Whomping Willow, the clock tower, and I guess the astronomy tower came out last because it's not in this series of pictures. But then the astronomy tower, I guess, would connect maybe on between these 2 here to kind of flank the entire modular build with the 2 tower pieces. So welcome, everyone. Tommy, welcome. Justin Jago, good to see you again. Alexander, haven't seen you in a little bit. Welcome back, Alexander. Thanks for being here. Alexander says, I have two Larry combined Lego and Harry. I have 2 Harry Potter Lego sets from 2019. Very cool, Alexander. I think that's basically when these series of sets were out. Justin Ninjago says, I finished my upscaled pirate Lego set. Very cool. And welcome, Paul T. Love it with the high fives. So thanks, guys, for being here. As Tommy has mentioned, and I pinned the comment, please like and subscribe. And if you're new to the channel, definitely say hello in the chat. If you like Lego, if you like talking about Lego, if you have some new news about Lego in general, or just Lego sets that you know about, or maybe you have a question in the chat, several Lego experts end up joining the chat as well, and it's fun to see the conversation. Sometimes I keep up, sometimes not. But yeah, leave a like and say hello. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Whenever you get a chance to oh, what am I doing? Opening bag two. I got to finish bag one. I'll just leave that right there. Hey, welcome, Mark. Mark 21. Very cool. Mark says, it almost reminds me of Iron Man iteration of his suits. Mark 21 says, I want to get into Legos, but I'm afraid my 9-month-old will choke from the pieces. Any suggestions? Oh, good point, Mark. Good point. I would say, your 9-month-old is totally worth waiting to get into Legos. Definitely don't do anything that, you're afraid of or have a risk. That would not be cool. So, when my kids were younger, I have 3 kids, and I don't think we got any Legos for them until like the Duplo sets. Those are like those bigger pieces. So, kind of when they're more in the almost to the point of like just past the walking stage. Now, of course, you can, kid proof your house or your place. And, no doubt Legos wouldn't be the only risk factor or danger in a house from a 9-month-old, especially as they start to crawl and they get mobile. So maybe you have like a project room, or like a little bit of a corner somewhere that, is out of reach. Then of course you can obviously get into Lego. Then just keep everything contained, seal it back up in a plastic case. Those are always good. That's what we did. Obviously, because my kids were all different ages, we had toys that we didn't want our youngest one to get into either, for choking hazard or something like that. But yeah, you can definitely make your house safe as can be, and still enjoy hobbies like Lego building. But if you're concerned, maybe just collect a few sets that you really want to build, and they might retire by the time your youngest or your little one is old enough. But at least you'll have those sets waiting for you. So you could do it that way. You kind of think of it as an investment and get back into it later. But yeah, it's always fun to. This is actually one of the best hobbies to get back into. That's what happened to me when my kids were probably, I'd say, from preschool on up. Um, got into Lego. That got me back into Lego, and then we started building together. And here I am, still building. So it's fun. It's a fun hobby, and I think once your little one's older, they're gonna love it too. I mean, no doubt. Just go to any Lego store or any toy section where there's Lego, and you'll see how much Lego appeals to all ages, not just kids, but grown-up collectors. Prime example, of course, maybe you know this, that Lego has released its 3 first sets of the Pokemon theme, and what a good marketing idea to do that, because I think for anyone who's not even into Lego, anyone who's definitely into Lego, that kind of knows things about collecting and something like Pokemon, will definitely enjoy both themes together. And so that's clever by Lego to get that in for sure. So to get that theme plus combine it with Lego, I mean, they're doing well. That set sold out quick. I mean, the pre-order, not even the set. They're not even out there right now. The pre-order. So yeah, it's just been great to see how much Lego appeals to all ages. I would say probably, like people from childhood age and so on would totally um, find something that they like from like nostalgia. I was trying to think. So Pokemon would appeal to people probably from millennial generation on up, and then of course there's tons of other themes that people would like for sure. So yeah, it's just amazing to see, especially this year, how much Lego has gotten into. I don't know. I think reaching out to all generations with different themes. Pokemon, Star Wars, of course, has always been there. Some movie titles like Back to the Future. Gosh, Animal Crossing if you want to go more recently, or the Goonies movie, Back to the Future. So tons of different themes like that that have definitely appealed to all ages. Let's see. Do you build a Statue of Liberty Lego? Says Mian Alejandro. Is that how I say it? Mayan Alejandro. Do you build Statue of Liberty Lego? That is a set. Yeah, that is a set. We actually have that one, and I haven't built that up. I think that's an architecture theme set. But yeah, man, that's a really fun build. I think I think you would I think it's actually, I still think it's out. I was going to say it might be retired, but I think it's still out. If anything, that one's not too bad of a price. I think the only critique on that set is the face. The face is just like a green shield. There's no contours to the face, but actually, I think that is the best way they could have done that. And there's some mods that have changed that Lego build. But yeah, if you look up, let me see. I'll give you the set number for the Statue of Liberty, because that is a really cool build. I haven't built that up. I was saving that up for last summer when we had our 4th of July holiday, which seemed like the best occasion, to build up a set like that. So maybe this 4th of July, that would be perfect, because then it's the 250th anniversary, the 250th anniversary of the United States. So let's see. I don't think it's retired. So that's set 21042. And that set has been out a long time, probably a good 8 years or so. I think it's been out for maybe a little bit less than that, maybe 7 years. But yeah, they do have that. And yeah, that's an architecture set. And that set goes on sale every once in a while through other sellers, like gosh, I'm trying to think, um Amazon, stuff like that. So I'm trying to think. Yeah, Amazon, maybe Walmart. Sometimes it depends on what country you're in, but yeah, I think that one has been around for quite a while. So really cool set. I'll have to build that up. Thanks for asking, man. I'll have to build that up during the summer. Hey, Romy Bricks. Sorry, I was trying to picture the Statue of Liberty set. That one has been out for so long. Very cool set. Let's see. Romy Briggs is here. Justin Jago says, gotta go. Justin Jago, thanks for being here, man. Don't forget to leave a like. And Brick Therapy, namaste. Thank you, Romy Bricks. Double high fives for that, man. So good to see you here. And so far, we've got a lot of cool hellos. So if you like Lego, if you like talking Lego, if you like building Lego, you will definitely enjoy this build, because as I was saying at the start of the live stream, we have these Harry Potter modulars. I was saying when I started this series, I was going to build these up. These have been kind of sets I've been holding on to for a while, in what they call the backlog, kind of waiting in line. And the cool part is, or two cool things. One, actually three things. The sets are awesome builds, lots of minifigures. So if you like Lego for, really cool looking builds, cool looking architectural style, and minifigures, you're in luck there. But then two, they all connect together with these pin pieces. So if you've ever built a modular set, you can connect all four sets together with these pins, and that's really cool. And so you get like a mega structure, which we did a short on that just the other day. If you're curious, check out our Lego short on how those all connect. And then the sets, this is more of just like I don't know, a rediscovery. The sets, when I got them all on sale, and didn't realize they all connected into this modular. I don't think I realized that at the time. I mean, unless you open the sets and build them, I guess. Do they say it on the back of the box that they all connect? So yeah, no, it just shows you what the set looks like, which is cool by itself. And then when you open the instruction booklet, I'll just show that off again. When you look in the instructions themselves, you see that they're all 759 series of sets. You see that they all connect, right? This is the clock tower I'm building right now, but then they all connect to the other sets in this set of, or in this series of Harry Potter builds, starting with the 759 series. So this one's 7548, and the other ones are also a 759 number. So it's kind of fun. And now that they're retired, that makes it even more special, because it's like, you can't necessarily get them anymore for the price. Well, the price I got them was already a sale price, so that's really cool. But now you can't get them for without paying more. Although I think, they're not like a Star Wars set that is super popular, that has tons of collectors. And so you probably would find these for still a pretty reasonable price in the aftermarket. Probably for sure for used, but yeah, if you wanted to build like a decent sized Hogwarts castle compound, like especially if you know the Harry Potter story and you've read the books and or seen the movies, then look at that. Kind of, I don't know what this is going to be, but that's kind of fun. Then you have a series. There's 4 of these. The Great Hall being the first one I think that came out, and just really cool looking builds in general, because not only do they obviously fit in with the Harry Potter theme, though, but you could see the builds here themselves. They have like that really historic look, kind of like I've been saying, like a Gothic architecture look. And so you could modify these a little bit and just add it to, maybe you've been collecting Lego Castle, and they've done a few sets recently where there was the medieval town or the blacksmith shop. So sets like that kind of lend themselves to this theme also, and they would go well together if you want to modify it. Say, like me, I don't know the Harry Potter theme very well at all, and so you could just buy these sets. You get tons of minifigures, you get 4 great builds, and then you can modify it to just be part of whatever Lego city universe you're creating on your own. So that's the fun part of these sets, or just Lego in general. You could follow the theme, which is, of course, fun in itself, or you can, combine it with a different theme, and still, I think, get a lot out of the build that way. All right, so it looks like we got kind of a fun sprocket mechanical feature here. That's kind of cool. So Romy Brick says, all I hold is the Flying Ford Anglia from all of those you've just shown. Yeah, Romy Bricks. So, and they've done several of these, right? They've done a set with just this, probably about this same size. That this one comes with a Whomping Willow set. But yeah, they've done this, and then they have a big fig version of it now. I don't know how else to describe it. Let's see what set that is. But yeah, it's like just the car. It's a bigger build. Actually, kind of it must match up with this, because they've also done a big set of Hagrid and Harry's escape on the motorcycle here. But let's see. But yeah, they've done those sets. I just want to look it up, because that Ford Anglia, yeah, there's like a bigger version of it. Yeah, 7. Oh no, that's not the number there. What is this now? 76470. Yeah, it's got the Enchanted Flying Ford Anglia, but it's a bigger car build. I think the car model is the main attraction to the build, but then you build these Harry Potter. I don't know if it's a full figure or not, but it's got like 2 Lego built characters. I think the only thing I could kind of make an equivalent to is kind of like how you could build up like Brick Therapy here or something like that. But then 2 of those to make Hagrid and Harry in the car themselves. So I think it's Hagrid and Harry. But yeah, in the car, driving it with a pretty freakish expression on their faces. But they're not minifigures. They're like these bigger build. I don't even know if they move, or they're just like posing inside the car. So that's interesting. I don't know if that appeals, if that's appealing or not, or just having the car by itself would have been fine. But for a display piece, maybe that's kind of cool. I do like the motorcycle one. That is also a bigger build of this, and that one looks cool because you then maybe those figures are the same. And if I see it at the Lego store, maybe they'll have it on display. They've had them on display before, but oh, it's Ron and Harry. Thanks, Tommy. Got it. Romy Brick says, I got the 8-in-1 Batman Brickhead set incoming tomorrow. It has glow in the dark eyes. Oh my goodness. I did not know the Brickhead for Batman was like that. That's kind of fun. Let's get your precious likes incoming for the wonderful stream. Thank you, Roman Bricks. Awesome. All I hold is the Flying Ford Anglia. Oh, okay, so I backtracked and saw that comment first, Roman Bricks. So let me look up that Batman. Curious about that now. Brickhead Batman set. So yeah, within the first month of the year here, 2026, there has been quite a lot going on for new Lego sets. And so there is it the Batman 8-in-1 figure that you said, Roman Bricks? But yeah, there's quite a few of the brick heads. Oh, it's out of stock. So maybe you got it just in time. Is it that one? Or is it the tactical Batman? Anyway, very cool looking. Or is it just the Batman? Oh no, that one's retired. So it's got to be the Batman 8-in-1 figure, maybe with a glowing eyes. That's kind of fun, Romy Bricks. Ron and Harry. Yeah, so for 2026, lots of sets. And I guess I've, gone the opposite direction and gone back to sets that I have waiting, right? And so it's kind of fun to rediscover sets that maybe, it's kind of like a spinner, right? Maybe I should take the time to build up before looking into any more 2026 sets. So I start out modestly with 2026 and get this set. Now, looking at 2026 sets in general, there are so many that will be coming out or have been released that are pretty cool. And I think in terms of the start of this year, there have been some sets that are really impressive, but nothing that made me think, oh, need that set day one. And thank goodness, because, well, this is interesting. If this tower part connects, oh, okay, this is going to say then this won't turn anymore. But thank goodness the hype wasn't something that caught me in the FOMO category, the fear of missing out. Because the Creel House, obviously, that one has been probably the biggest seller for the start of 2026. The Creel House, the Stranger Things Creel House. But then, of course, the Pokemon sets that I just talked about on pre-order release. And those things, I guess they had a limited amount of pre-orders, but those things sold out before they haven't even been, put on the shelves, which is crazy. And then they had the Speed Champion sets, the Back to the Future one, the small set, which is like a fun set that won't break the bank, like a $28 set, and then the Lightning McQueen Speed Champion car as well. And so and then the shopping street modular set, going along with this series of modulars like the Jazz Club, Assembly Square, Boutique Hotel, Tudor Corner, all those sets. And those were some sets I was building up just before we started building up the Christmas sets, and then now in the Harry Potter. But yeah, the modular sets, be careful with those. Especially if you're getting back into Lego as a grown-up fan of Lego, someone who wants to get into the hobby, and building up Lego with my son, the more I researched Lego itself and then found more and more amazing looking themed builds and sets and all that, of course, you're going to want a bigger set, something more challenging than what you remember as a kid. So the Ninjago City modular, if you are familiar with any of the Lego movies, they came out with a Lego movie the Lego Ninjago movie. This is like 2017, I think, maybe 2016. But then they came out with a modular set like that. Discovered that and I thought that is too cool. That is a set that would be so fun to build. And as you get into Lego as a grown up, when they say ages 9 and up, like this one, or 9 and up, that you take that literally, right? You're gonna like, I'm gonna be that person. I want to. I definitely qualify for the 9 plus category, the 10 plus category, the 20 plus category. And then if you are like a serious model builder, maybe the Lego Technic series of sets. I think one of the sets that's really become popular. Let me think. It's that Porsche one. It's like a green Porsche set. But anyway, that one are those Technic builds, especially the cars. Let me see. Those have been super popular. I'm gonna make sure I get that number right because that one looks amazing. The Technic Porsche 911 GT3 Rexy AO racing car. Yeah, but then there's quite a few of these Technic builds of uh, cars, Lego Technic cars that just look so cool. And this gets out of the category of minifigures and builds. Although there are some, like Speed Champions, is kind of the nice happy medium between the two. But yeah, the Technic sets, they're a lot bigger models. And I think if you want to get into like Mensa level, like high, what would you call this? Like the high honors graduate school level of Lego building, then you go to the Technic sets. And because they're not just, bricks that snap together, but there are more pieces that, I don't know if I have an example here, but yeah, they're more like kind of without anything falling apart. Yeah, they use, it's a lot of these, but even more complex than these, but it's a lot of these kind of pin pieces that slide through and connect. And, if you build layers and layers of that, unlike the brick pieces, if you've done a Technic set, if you make a mistake, then it's pretty much starting over almost to the very beginning of a set. If you miss a step, and I'm thinking, oh, why would you miss a step? But yeah, if you miss a step on a Technic build, especially one of those car ones where it gets a lot more complex, then the challenge is there to figure out where you went wrong and build up that set correctly. So that's definitely an exercise in patience as well as skill level. So yeah, I like that. The graduate school level of Lego building. Go to the advanced Technic pin builds. And now I'm curious. I'm gonna click on that Porsche 911 GT3 set and see what would the box say in terms of age. What's the minimum age? Oh, 11 plus. Okay, so I was thinking they were kind of more into like ages 15 and up. And I remember this is a while ago. Maybe there's some more of these. Like here's like a Mercedes Benz G500 professional line. So this is kind of looking like a Land Rover Lego Technic build. So some of these Technic builds are pretty good size. Like I'm trying to find something where like the age level is 18 plus. So yeah, if you were to, let's say, you get the Mercedes Benz G500, it looks like a really really detailed build in terms of putting together Lego Technic pieces. A lot of, let me just show you a close up here. It's not going to be the best, but screen on screen, that's not just brick building now. It's probably very limited in terms of brick building. That's more side connections and panel connections and interwoven pieces, I guess. It's almost like you're kind of knitting together a Lego set. So anyway, that's where you get into the really advanced stuff. So if you're getting back into Lego, you could go that route, or you could just go into we'll call it the bachelor's degree, the modest level building. But pretty much any age group, if you're really into Lego, you can handle it, whether you're young or old. The modular builds, but those modular builds, like I said, be careful. If you build one, it becomes pretty addicting. I mean, there's so much detail that goes into these sets. Like, yeah, so once you start building these, then you see extra detail. You get the outside structure that starts to look really cool, and then you start to build an interior structure with some cool design in there. You can kind of see that cone piece with a flaming torch, and then you're getting into detail that would be on the inside of the building, not just the outside. So outside display piece or interior display piece, and then something that goes with mimicking a real life setting, but for a Lego minifigure. So people sometimes will get on these chats. I don't know if it's for everyone's chat for live streaming, but some people, they're like, "Why do you do that? That's for kids." It's like, of course, it's for kids, and it's also for any age group. That's why it says ages 5+, 8+, 10+, 15+, and so on. So I find if you go on any Lego forum or Lego social media, you'll find so many um, different people, different age groups, really into the model building. And you take a look at the Lego sets in general that are on sale. Obviously, I'm thinking a kid's not going to necessarily want the Lego Titanic build, which is almost 10,000 pieces. And that's definitely going to be for someone who likes model building. And model building has appealed to grown-ups well before Lego existed. And so this is basically that same idea. And obviously, if you were honest and you're like, instead of criticizing the hobby, you probably enjoy it yourself. Just because there's so much fun that it taps into. It's the creative side. There's something about you take a random bag of Legos and you dump it on the table and it's all kind of chaotic, and then you assemble everything. You follow the instructions. You're just kind of zeroing on your mind. Kind of like puzzle building, but even more detailed because it's a three-dimensional kind of build, or it's not kind of, it is. And then you see what fun, intricate details are in the set. So then you appreciate it even more so. And so, yeah, I think probably one of the greatest marketing things Lego has done recently, although maybe it's going back to like earlier 2020 or something like that, was the Adults Welcome sale campaign for Lego. And that's where you get these more like the Mercedes Benz set here that I just showed. You get into a box and build that obviously looks more appealing to an older age group. And I can't imagine. So this is a Technic set that, let me see, the box is even, it's not as decorated. That would maybe attract younger builders. But yeah, it's about 3,000 pieces, this build, and it's Technic. So I would assume that probably double the amount of time it would take if it was just a regular Lego set with that same piece count. Let's see, John Powell, welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. Thanks for being here, John Powell. All right, almost finished with bag one. This is 75948, the Hogwarts Clock Tower. And we got a little bit of, engineering or interactive build here that, some motion built into the clock tower side. Let's see, I'm assuming, if I could tell where this goes, no, maybe on this side. This goes, oh, it goes on the outside. So this is on the outside of the build. So I'm working on that section right there where, let's see, who is holding hands there. We kind of got like a romantic scene there between Hermione and Victor. Okay. So I don't know what that tells you of the story, or if it confirms the story of what's going on with Harry Potter. But yeah, fun details to the build here. And only bag one, but with bag one, you got some of the two of the minifigures built up, and these very cool looking ice sculpture tables or fancy tables at a party or banquet. These minifigures, their torso design and everything is definitely more of the fine or refined society look. So again, even if you're not into Harry Potter, these builds are, or you just don't know about Harry Potter, but you like Lego, which is me in this case. Very cool looking builds. Let's see. Hey, Tommy says to John Powell. John Powell says it's the dance floor for the Yule Ball. There we go. Formal dance. A formal dance. That we'll drop the piece. Got to pick it up. That takes place in the story. So there we go. So yeah, if you know the story behind the Harry Potter sets, please do inform and educate us on the Brick Therapy 2-3 channel as we build up this. So it's called the Yule Ball. All right. Thus, the fact that there is, this could definitely work for a Christmas build in general, because you probably notice on the box art there, we've got a tree as well. So definitely a good winter set. Being January, that works out okay here, even though on the West Coast here, there's not really any snow. But for this set, you definitely get the winter theme going. So let's see. I think might have gotten through all of bag one now. So going back to 2026 sets. Okay, got a couple cool extra pieces here. I don't know if you can tell what these are, but we've got like a pyramid-shaped crystal-looking piece, one stud piece, and then a couple of like the spire type pieces or icicles in this case, and what they're used for. So some cool extra accessory builds. I don't know if you are a Lego builder and you have a huge collection, you're going to end up with a lot of these like very small one stud, two stud connection type pieces. So they work out well in case, those are the smaller pieces you might lose at times. Great to have some of those as replacement parts. In terms of building up something independent of that, they would definitely serve well in any type of mod or modification or mock build, like your own design. But you're going to need, when you start building up your own structure, you're going to need regular brick pieces that are more substantial. And of course, you can invest in bigger pieces like this. Sometimes if you go to the Lego store, you will even see large scale kind of wall panel type pieces like this that you can get at what they call the pick a brick wall, and load up or stack up a box, a $10 box or a $20 box full of pieces, and then you can definitely tap into your creativity. I like just sticking with the themes that are already there, but my son sometimes will build up. Let me see if there's some evidence of that. We'll build up something of their own design. So let's see, if we go over here, there's lots of sets you can probably recognize, but like this soccer stadium is a build of their own. That church build, which is kind of hard to see because the Ninjago guy is blocking it, and the Argonaut build here that was done by my younger son over the summer. But yeah, then there's obviously some builds that are Lego sets, majority of it. But anyway, you can use those small pieces for lots of different independent builds if you're that creative. John Powell says, from the Goblet of Fire. That's right, from the Goblet of Fire theme or storyline where this build comes from. So once I get this set all built up, this is the clock tower build. It'll look like this, and then the final chapter, the final part of the build will be to connect all of the 4 sets together: the Great Hall, the Astronomy Tower, the Whomping Willow. two of those are connected now, but I gotta kind of or maybe just clean off the Great Hall. I was thinking I'd rebuild it, but I think it's fine. I'll just need to get a new part of the top of the roof. Some section fell off, and I don't know. Basically, this part, I don't know if these are easy to come by. You could probably order them on Lego.com. So maybe it's there. So if you like Lego, if you like talking Lego, join in the chat. Leave a like, subscribe if you like Lego and like getting involved in Lego discussions like on our chat. Obviously, family friendly. My mods are here to edit out anything that's not family friendly or, kind or anything like that, or unkind, I should say. So, but all in all, we have a good Lego community that either we connect on my channel or sometimes we'll definitely find similar folks in the other chats. It's fun to see you guys in other live streams as well. So let's see. We got Tommy, we got John Powell here for sure. We got Roaming Bricks. Thanks, guys, for being here and leaving a like. Let me build up two other characters from this set, two other minifigures from this set. And everyone all dressed to the nines here. Whoops. Wrong bottom piece here. So we've got two of these minifigures where you don't have a bottom leg piece. You have like a dress piece or a gown piece or a robe piece. So sometimes minifigures, they won't have legs. They'll have these types of bottoms. So you can swap them out for leg pieces if you have a ton of Lego minifigure pieces in your collection. You can swap those out for leg pieces. But in this case, this set, combined with the other ones, you've got just a good variety of minifig builds either way. And so one of these is, let's see, one of these is Fleur Delacroix, or I guess Delacroix, if I'm going to say it right. And then we've got Albus Dumbledore. Oh, yeah, Dumbledore. Okay. I don't know if they say his name too often, but you got Dumbledore and Fleur. Very cool looking minifigs. Very unique looking torsos. I don't know if you were to get smaller Lego kind of battle pack builds of Harry Potter, if you'd find these characters, maybe Dumbledore. But otherwise, let's see. Dumbledore has a beard piece, though. Let me find that. But otherwise, maybe they're exclusive to these. Well, I don't know. I'm sure because Harry Potter is not a retired theme. They might. I'm sure for sure. I'm not for sure for sure. I'm guessing that Dumbledore is definitely part of. Whoops. Part of. Man, I'm totally mixing this up. This looks like this belongs to Fleur, but no, that belongs to Dumbledore. So Fleur has the sleeveless dress or torso. That makes more sense. And of course, they both have their magic wands, which I gotta take out and connect. That's the one thing with Harry Potter sets. You get tons of these magic wand snap out pieces, two per connection. So these all, you can pull them out and or tear them out, and then these are the ones that go with the minifigs. But you get tons of those. Although there are some other cool accessory builds like the sword. So yeah, like I was saying, you could combine these Harry Potter sets with, or if you wanted to modify it or make the connection or make the build go with like a castle set or a medieval town, or yeah, just in general a history themed, more historic theme looking build of your own, and not strictly Harry Potter, then these are great builds for that. Especially, yeah, the Gothic looking building architecture here. Dumbledore's got a very cool set of pieces that go with him. You got that beard piece, and then this hair and hat connection for the top of his head look really cool. And I got that almost like a fez hat, you'd see somewhere in Turkey or something like that. And he has two expressions. Well, he's got the beard, If you take off the beard, he's got his other facial expression here. So yeah, angry and a more pleasant looking face. So 2 more of the 8 minifigures that come with this set. These are both the gown or non-leg piece bottoms. But yeah, there we go. 2 more of those. And so altogether we've had, let's see, we've got Maxine and these two, and Ron, wherever I put him. Where did he go? He's got a red shirt. Oh, I got to find Ron. Ron got misplaced somewhere. But yeah, we've got 4 minifigures built up on this. And now I'm going to have that stuck in my mind. Where did I put Ron? Did I connect him to another part of the build here? Anyway, he should turn up. It's not like I've moved this anywhere else. So let's see here. Hey, not Emerald. Let's go, not Emerald. Yes, it's later over there, not Emerald. Midnight it is. And he has a test tomorrow. I should sleep. Yes, Tommy says you need rest. Can't miss the GOAT's live streams. I finally got the ninja character display. Oh, nice. Not Emerald. Did you get, let me look that one up. What set number is that? That is so cool. That one's been on my wish list as well. Although yours, you have that one now. Yes, the Ninjago character display. I think that's the one you're talking about. So, oh my gosh, why is it so hard to find stuff? But yes, love it. That is a 2026. That is a 2026 set new for this year. The Ninjago character display 15th anniversary. There it is. Set number 71866. You got all the old school ninjas: Lloyd, Kai, Jay. Yeah, who else? Who am I missing? Who am I missing? Not Emerald. You can tell me. Here they go. You got Kai, Zane. That's the other name. Zane, Cole, Jay, Lloyd, Master Wu, Samurai X. For the first time, the Elemental Master of Lightning on a separate stand. What a cool build, and somewhat not a crazy price. I guess you could say Lego prices are always expensive, but that one might not be so bad. Maybe it'll go on sale at some point, but it is a 15th anniversary set. So yeah, thanks for being here, not Emerald. And yeah, man, thanks for being here as long as you want. You have your test tomorrow. I trust you. You're just preparing and studying. Gotta go. Hey, let us know how you do, man. Good luck on your test. Let's see. The Hans 142. Hello. What are we building? We are building the Harry Potter set, Hogwarts Clock Tower 75948. If you like Lego Harry Potter, I keep combining his name with Lego, so it ends up becoming Larry Harry or Larry Hago Potter. But now we're in a bag too, so lots of builds. Lots of building to go on, and somehow I made Ron disappear within the build here, and I thought I knew where I put him. He's not on that display. Where did Ron go with the red shirt? Is the question. Now I'm knocking down other pieces of the set. That one, thank goodness, not a building set. So Ron's creating chaos here. All right, Hans, thanks for being here. See ya. Not Emerald's out too. All right. So for 2026 sets, Not Emerald brings up one that I do have on my wish list, the 15th anniversary character display. That one looks amazing and a very easy build, or not an easy build. What am I trying to say? Not awesome looking build and easy on the wallet, or easier on the wallet. Of course, this is definitely, all Lego sets are not cheap, especially if you're talking a kid's budget. But in terms of a Lego collector, when they're collecting these high-end sets, this one definitely seems more reasonable. And I love the gate. So you have this little mini tower where you put all the characters on display, but then there's like a door piece, right? So I'll just show my screen. I wish I could do screen and screen, but I can't. But yeah, I love this door piece right here. Very cool looking part of that build there. And if you were definitely into the Ninjago theme, maybe you were a little more ambitious, you get that set plus the 15th anniversary, the Old Town set, or actually just getting that alone. Then there is a giftful purchase from the Lunar New Year with the two dancing dragons, or maybe the blacksmith set plus the ninja character display. Maybe those two together will get you to that threshold. It looks like it's like $1 off. Clever how Lego does that. So very interesting. But yeah, two very cool sets. Let's see. The Hans says, "Nice. Oh no, yeah, Hans is back. Nice. I'm thinking of buying the big Hogwarts. What do you think about that set?" Okay, so you're talking. I assume the Hans. You're talking about the Hogwarts Castle. Is that right? So there's a couple versions of that, but the one I think you're talking about is the Hogwarts Castle, which has been that one's been out for a while, which means it's been pretty popular. So if that's the set you're talking about, that's the $470 set. That is that is a great build. In fact, we have it over here. That is a great build. So it's that one over there by the wall. And the only thing, and maybe you're aware of this, the only thing is it's not, minifigure. It's not a minifigure build are in terms of proportions. Like it's more of a micro build. So you get all the cool architecture details and aesthetics, and you get the full like Hogwarts Castle build, which is still a good sized build. Like it's over 6,000 pieces. So it's a great display piece. So and I think it's a good investment piece. But yeah, I say it's worth it. My brother gave that to me as a gift, and I built that up with my kids, and I think the whole build itself looks amazing. You will spend quite a lot of time building up the base, the stone base that goes with it, but I think it's done in sections from what I remember. Um, I think it's done in sections. So you do build up a stone base. A lot of that detail you can find. Maybe that gets a little bit tedious or as uninteresting. But within the stone base, you're building up some interior builds in miniature, like cave-looking sections. I don't know the story of what goes on in the underground of the Hogwarts Castle, but that stuff looks cool. And then yeah, just the several of the towers that get built, especially the Great Tower, the Great Hall are next to each other, and yeah, you really get immersed in the build. So totally worth it. Very much a fun build. Yeah, John Powell says it's a 6,000 piece micro Hogwarts is probably my favorite set. Yeah, so if you are, you're more of at the point, I would say most grown up Lego builders are. It's more about like the build experience and the display, just the aesthetics, the overall experience of the build, not a play set basically. You will enjoy it a lot, and I think it'll be a great investment for your collection, and especially if you like Harry Potter, then yeah, it's one of the best. It's clearly one of the best because that set's been out. I think this is like going on year 6. I think it was released in 2020 or maybe 2019. But yeah, obviously a really cool set. I don't know. It might be a set you'd want to get this year also because it might be on the retirement list. It might be retired. And then, yeah, that'd be a set you'd miss out on. They do have what was the other one? They do have one called the Hogwarts Castle and Grounds. That's a smaller micro build and about a third of the price if you wanted to consider something. But if your budget can handle the other build, the giant Hogwarts Castle, high fives. I think you'll love it. I would list it up there with other builds that I think I would love to have. The Titanic set, or trying to think of some really major architecture sets. The Notre Dame one would be cool, although the Notre Dame's not as not as big a build as that one, but the Titanic, I think I would put it more an equivalent of like a UCS type of build. So yeah, I think that would be worth. I think you'd love it. Just leave it at that. And so John Powell says it's one of his favorite sets. There you go, or favorite set. The Han says, yeah, because there is one left in my city, so I need to decide soon. Yeah, and you might find it. Yeah, I guess it depends on where you live too. You might find someone who wants to sell it, if you unless you want to get it brand new. But you might be able to find it used and save some money on it. Since it's not a retired set, I don't think someone could resell it for a higher price. Yeah, so it just depends. But yeah, Hans, thanks for asking about that. That's cool to stick with the Harry Potter theme. And so if you're new to the channel, thanks for being here. Don't forget to leave a like, hit that like button somewhere, and subscribe to the channel. We're building up the Harry Potter, slowly building. I can't say we're building it up completely right now, but 75948. 922 piece set, just short of 1,000. Haven't hit the major 1,000 piece sets lately, but that's okay. And our 2026 set amounts to the Hagrid and Harry motorcycle escape set, which super fun build. Just this part alone, just that part alone has been fun to have. As we continue with the Harry Potter theme, these sets, actually the Hans, you might appreciate this. All these sets I'm building that are in this 759 series all connect together, and so you get another fun version of the Hogwarts Castle compound. So yeah, I think looking more into, if you're just a Lego fan and you don't know the full storyline to Harry Potter, but if you are looking for an alternative to Star Wars or other, maybe the modular series of sets, these Harry Potter sets, I find them to be, finding them now, which some of you probably know already, but finding them now to be really fun builds in themselves, but then knowing that they all connect together, at least these type of builds, that they connect together to form a larger building structure, is pretty sweet. Just a fun overall build experience. So yeah, exactly. So let me just show you what I was talking about. John Powell pointed this out to me. So yeah, once let's say you get a series of these builds, you'd have to get them used now because these sets are retired. But so here's the clock tower. This is the set I'm working on now. But then they all connect with, here's the Whomping Willow set in the middle, and then the Great Hall set on the side here, and then there's a fourth set, the Astronomy Tower, which is behind me. This set right here, they all connect and form. You can kind of see they all form a bigger structural build. If I get my Greek therapy guy out of the way here, you can see they all connect, and they can be, one large structural build that kind of represents all that. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Let's see. The Han says, like, ever since I saw the movies, I've been wanting to get the big castle. Yeah, so that's how I was when I saw, not with Harry Potter, but when I saw the Lego Ninjago movie, and they show the Ninjago city build in the background of that movie and up close. And getting back into Lego at the time, that was like a huge Lego set. And yeah, like the Hogwarts Castle, it's like, oh, that would be amazing to have, to get a set with that scale and that much build going into it, all those details going into it in a one build. That would be amazing. So you won't be disappointed, Hans. You will not be disappointed if you get that. Tommy says the Eiffel Tower. Yes, that's another one equivalent to that. The Hogwarts Castle, the Eiffel Tower, the Titanic. That's it. Thanks, Tommy. That one I'm curious about. I don't know anyone who owns that particular set, and I've seen it. Was it about 3 feet tall, the entire build? Maybe it's a little bit taller than that. I've seen that I think once at the Lego store on display, and it always looks great in the display cases there, and you can see it's a well lit place to put that set. What am I? Oh, I'm looking for another corner piece here like this, but there's only one that I need. I was thinking something else, but yeah, that Eiffel Tower set. It looks really cool, and when it was released, it came with a very cool gift for purchase. It came with the architect, Monsieur Eiffel, and his apartment. So it was like a small, like apartment build and the minifigure, which seemed like a great time to buy that set. Oh, and the Roman Colosseum. That's another one. The Roman Colosseum. So a lot of those sets a lot of those sets in that category, Hans, have been really cool. And I wish I took advantage. I don't know if the Hogwarts Castle, when that came out, it must have come out with some special gift for purchase at the time. Hey, D&M Bricks. I'm guessing you like Harry Potter a lot. I like the builds. It's funny though, D&M Bricks. I have admitted that I don't know the story at all. I'm just building the sets because I like the theme. So in that case, yes. John Powell says you can get the newest Great Hall for $200 and the tower set for $260. Yeah, so now the equivalent of these kind of builds are a lot more. However, those builds, if you look at them, obviously there's more. There's more than just the building structure. There's the whole stone foundation that goes with those sets. I don't know if I've seen any of those built up, so I think they're obviously a lot more pieces probably. And I could look it up, and maybe let's see, like, so for example, the Great Hall build, it's a $200 set, but it has like a stone base to it, pretty significant stone base, and it comes with like a troll, so kind of a big fig. And yeah, now we're talking like almost double what I have right here. So this one's the current Great Hall build, Castle or Hogwarts Castle Great Hall build has 1,700 pieces, or just over 1,700 pieces. I don't know. John Powell, do you know? Do these sets connect together like this series, like the 759 series do? Han says, I've heard the Eiffel Tower is annoying to build. Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Yeah, you're right. The layers of each kind of like section as you build up the Eiffel Tower, I heard that got really repetitive. The final product looks pretty cool, and for the price of it and everything, I think that would definitely be more interested in just building. For sure, I would choose the Titanic over it easily. Tommy says, I do 4.5. Oh, okay. 4.5 feet tall, 3 feet wide is the Eiffel Tower. That's a huge display piece. That is a huge display piece. Hey, Brickable World. Brickable World says, this is a pretty nice set. Yeah, so I've been saying these will all connect eventually. So I'll get the castle or the clock tower built, and then I'll connect it with the astronomy tower, the Whomping Willow set, and then I have the Great Hall also from this 759 series. The Great Hall is built up but in a box, so I need to get that out. I cleaned part of it off. It was on display for a while. It needed to be dedusted. The Eiffel Tower is an impressive set, says D&M Bricks. Yes. Oh, maybe that's what you meant, Brickable World, the Eiffel Tower. D&M Brick says, I'm not sure where I would put the Eiffel Tower. That's a huge footprint for a set. Yeah, and so again, I guess the one thing going for it is it's a tower set. Like I have the Daily Bugle behind me, but the footprint, 3 feet squared, I guess, if it's 3 feet wide, that would take up a lot of this table. I don't know how many people have a huge room dedicated to all their Lego builds, but yeah, you definitely are investing in some serious space for that. That would be it's not proportional to like building up a Lego city, but that would be cool to have in your Lego city, this giant Eiffel Tower build sitting in your Lego city. Like just obviously literally towering over everything else within your Lego city. I don't know if even the if you had the Barad from Lord of the Rings or the Orthanc Tower could match up to that. But yeah, if you had all those kind of architecture builds or icon builds, what are those? Let's see what is the Eiffel Tower? Is that icon or ideas? It's got to be icons. I want to say architecture, but I don't think that's right. Maybe it is. What is the Eiffel Tower? It is. What theme is that? Icons. Yeah, 630. I think the Titanic is 650. But yeah, again, if you have even the way they show, like it's so funny, even the way they show how they have the promo pictures that go with this, like you can tell this is totally out of place in this guy's living room. So it's kind of funny. But yeah, if you I would have it seems like that would be I don't know where you would put that, to be honest. Like the Titanic seems like people build a lot of cool models, but I think the Titanic would look more of a normal build. Yeah, the whole series connects. Oh, that's good to know, John Powell. So yeah, that theme continued. Hans, thanks for being here, my friend. Hope you liked and subscribe. Hope to see you again soon. Um, yeah, huge footprint. The whole series of the new Harry Potter sets do connect. All right, so that is good to know. That is good to know. I don't know if I will take on that next series of Harry Potter builds. Even though DNM says it's clear I like Harry Potter, it's true. I like the Harry Potter theme for Lego, but to invest in another $300, another $200, another $300 set, that, my friends, that's where the challenge arises. Okay, what did I do here? Let's see. Got a little thrown off on my oops. How is this hard? Got a little thrown off on my bill. Okay. There we go. Okay, so some connecting sections going on here and not getting very far. But let me finish up one more part of this. Of course, it requires a sticker. It requires a sticker. So that'll be fun. That will not be interesting to try and talk through as I build, although it's just a small piece. The stickers, though, themselves look pretty cool. I like this one. This is like, I think, a stained glass window sticker. That one looks cool. Kind of got the Beauty and the Beast movie design element to it there. And by the way, that Beauty and the Beast castle looks pretty sweet. I didn't really think much of it, and then my daughter noticed it when we were at the Lego store, and I thought, that looks kind of like that build. I don't know. Might have to, I don't know, add that to the collection at some point. I thought it was, I don't know why. I had it in my mind it was a retired set, but I think it's actually new. And so go figure. But anyway, I saw that build up the Lego store, and that was when we went. That was like right after all the New Year's or the Creel House kind of stole the attention from everything else. But then the Lego frenzy of buying took over, and people were buying any Lego set they could get their hands on, except for that one. That one was in the display case, and well, actually, no, I'm sure people did buy it because there was only one left on the shelf, I think. But that one had survived the initial rush. I don't know what happened between January 1st and like January 2nd or whatever, but man, people were buying up Lego with a vengeance. Whatever Lego did to market Lego in general, it worked, man. The Creel House just created a plethora of Lego consumers fresh off of Christmas. I guess they didn't spend enough money during Christmas, but man, people were buying up stuff. At least where we are. I don't know about maybe the rest of the country it wasn't like that, but it sounds like it, judging from social media posts from other Lego fans. So Breakable World says Harry Potter's is great. It's expensive, but I like the idea of all these sets fitting together to be one big Hogwarts. that they're doing. Yeah, so clever, and I don't know why. I didn't realize it at the time. Stickers do not add value to the set. Yeah, agreed. Roaming bricks. That's the especially when you get up to the high end sets, or should be high end sets, like the UCS Death Star with the, what was it, like a huge page or maybe like magazine of stickers. That's just a bummer. When we started getting Lego sets again with my kids, like when I got Ninjago City, I didn't put any of the stickers on because I just didn't want to, I don't know, ruin the set. Although I did put the ones that are like that go in like the billboards of that set. DNM Brick says, yeah, it's cool. They all fit together. Yeah, this is a great system within a system, basically. I would be bummed out buying a whole new castle system. Yeah, if it's like this, I'll stick with this. I don't know if I'd get the newer version, but man, they do. If you don't have the old version, then the newer versions, unfortunately, more expensive. Romy Brick says, I'm excited for the smart mini figures. Oh, really, Romy Bricks? You're like one of a rare group of people. DNM Brick says, not that you have to upgrade. No, not. I'm not going to upgrade for sure. DNM Brick says, I'm excited to see what they do with those figures. Yeah, I don't know. The initial promo of those didn't seem that impressive, but you know what? That's cool. We'll see if kids like them. That's the thing. The sets that those things come in are way expensive for something that people are spending money on. If they can talk, then maybe, says DNM Bricks. Yeah, that would be interesting. I don't think the tech that goes into those is impressive. Like, it just seems like old technology, like old toys make sound effects. You know, even toys that you'd have to push a button or pull a string that can say stuff. It's like that just doesn't seem any more fancy. I know they are triggered by motion and such, but whatever. Romy Brick says, I built the $1,000 Death Star and had so many stickers. Oh, Romy Bricks, I didn't know you had that set. No way. What did you think overall? Do you like the build? John Powell says that sticker is from the prefect's bathroom overlooking the big bathroom that Harry Potter puts the gold egg into get the next clue. Hey, there we go. Can't tell, but it looks like it's going to be a fancy looking bathroom for sure with those blue tiles. Very luxurious. DNM Brick says, yeah, the stickers. I assume the UCS set has so many stickers for sure. Okay, one more page. Another sticker piece, but it's just a brick. It's just another brick piece to put on here. I really like this design. This is super cool. If after what John Powell is saying, this kind of goes into the clues or the bathroom chamber or whatever you want to call it, where Harry Potter finds the next clue. That's kind of fun. But I just love when there's like these blue tile pieces mixed in with gray. It just has I like the color combo. This is the cool part. Another cool part about Lego, you just start to see a build come together and you just appreciate it for what it is. And so that's what's going on here. Just appreciating it in general. So add the connector bricks. This is a reminder of the old yellow Lego castle. These hinge pieces, these two bricks that hinge together. And we'll add a window with the mesh screen. These are hard to find on a black table. I need my flashlight. Probably buried under something here. But maybe I can find it, maybe not. All right. Get the flashlight out here. Having that mesh screen on a black table, not the easiest. And it's always hiding underneath a bigger plate piece, probably. And this could take This could take ages to find it. We don't have ages to find this thing. Oh, very cool. We got a Nexonite piece, but a brown tile plate. That's kind of fun. Oh, there it is, hiding. Flashlight, very key to find this thing on my black table here. All right, so there we go. We'll add in the window and continue to be continued until next time. So I got quite a few sections built now. Still kind of looks like castle ruins, but this got this mechanical piece going here and this section here. So awesome. Myrtle's bathroom, says Tommy. Awesome. Very cool. I do not have the Death Star, says Roaming Bricks. D&M does. Oh, okay. I thought I read you said that, Roaming Bricks. Maybe I misread the chat. But very cool. Very cool to see that. So D&M, you have the. Where did I thought you said that, Roaming Bricks? Anyway, that is cool. Thanks, guys, for being here and joining me in the live stream, joining the Night Owls live stream. I will continue this build if all goes well, Lord willing, tomorrow. Thanks for being here. Have a good day, evening, wherever you are.